Hey, wanted to make a video because today was crazy as a reporter and I wanted to share it with you because I think there's lessons that everyone can learn from. I was doing a pretty important story. It was going to be our lead story at 6 o'clock. Anyway, it was really important. So I go to this location to interview this important person, and I also interview people that live in this building. So I interview her outside, then she walks me through the building. I'm trying to get people that live in different places within this apartment complex to talk to me. And an hour into this, I'm interviewing a woman who doesn't want her face shown, but so I'm recording her hands and we're talking. And I realize my memory gets full. So I go in my camera and I start deleting clips, clicking them individually. I think I clicked a total of like 80, no, not 83. I'm sorry. I think I clicked like 13 clips. Maybe it was 83. I don't know why that number came to my head, but it did. So anyway, I started deleting these clips. Well, there's one clip in there that I was like, that's not my clip. That's from somebody else's shoot. Let me just remove it because I'm a perfectionist. So I go to click that thing, I delete it, but the woman started talking to me, so I'm like, I accidentally delete everything I had been shooting for already an hour. I'm always with this very important person from the city, and then I'm interviewing all these other people in this building. I was devastated. Like, I legitimately, that happened, I was like, I wanted to cry. So instead I called and I was like, hey, is there any way when you format a P2 card, is there any way for us to get that video back? And literally the guy was like, no. So in that moment, a lot goes on in your head. You're like, oh my God, I wish this wasn't true. Is this a dream? But instead I was like, well, on the phone, they're like, are you going to be okay? I was like, yeah, I'm going to reshoot it. Because that's the thing. You can't go back in time. You just have to continue moving forward. And that was one of my lessons today is that, so here's what I did. My next steps. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it fine. So I was like, excuse me, ma'am. I'm going to have to re-record you outside. I just want you to know I'm so sorry. Explain the situation. Took responsibility for it. I was like, I'm embarrassed, but this is what really happened. I interviewed people and then she had to be somewhere. So I recorded her quickly. She left. And then I decided to walk through the building on my own without her and get my interviews. God is real. And God has his hand over things and literally has your back, even when things look like crap. That was so nice. Include God and crap in the same sentence. No, seriously though. I ended up getting these wonderful interviews with people and it was shot beautifully. And I had all my equipment because I was prepared this time because my stuff ran out, whatever, because I messed up from before. And so I didn't want to mess up again. And I spent extra time on my story and I edited it beautifully and it aired and it was a powerful story. And so a couple lessons. One, in that split moment, if I'm honest, I wanted to react as a victim and cry. But having the mindset of like, you know what? Okay, that happened. It's done. We have to proceed forward. That was critical to my success today. And that's critical to a lot of people's success is that sometimes you're going to get hit with a roadblock or something that you did not expect, a hurdle you were like, no, boo, I didn't even want that hurdle. And you just got to jump that hurdle. And if it falls, you keep moving forward. That was one of my lessons. But then secondly, all things can be made beautiful. And so like all the interviews I had ended up being better. I feel like God really blessed me and I got better things than what I had before. And so I don't know, for people that are journalists, like I'm sure this has happened to you, or if it does happen, it's gonna happen. This is the first time this has ever happened to me. If I'm honest, this is the first time I've ever deleted all my work and it's coming up on a year. And so that makes me feel like, ugh, but at least it's been only a year. Like a year in is when I finally make this mistake. Or that's horrible, but I'm done. I don't want to talk about it. But second, so for journalists, like A, it happens, you got to proceed forward. But then B, for anybody else, like, yo, keep moving forward, keep pressing in, keep pushing, and keep just problem solving. Problem solving is super powerful. You look at movies like The Revenant and all these other movies, proceed forward and not with caution. Okay, just get it done. So that's it. I don't know. I know it's a long story, but it's my life. So living with Lexi. Toodles.